YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, man. Today's video is going to be a day in a life video and kind of my journey resetting with God. In this particular season that I'm in right now, in May, I was kind of, I was shocked. I was a little surprised with the season that I was in. I didn't really expect it, and I didn't really act accordingly, right? And so I kind of dropped the ball a little bit. But we're in a new month. It's June. Today is June 2nd. I don't know if y'all can see, but it's June 2nd, and kind of gonna show you what the journey is. Kind of resetting the momentum. Getting aligned for God's purpose and being in a posture to where I can serve Him and serve His people while also being surrendered to Him. And also, with that, today I do have a few errands to run, so I'm gonna take y'all with me with this regular day in a life video, and we're gonna see how it goes. So I'm about to go Bible study, so let's get into it. Man, that Bible study was good. It was on Hebrews 12 verse 11, and it kind of talks about discipline, fatherly discipline. Actually, I'm going to read it to you guys. Hebrews 12:11 says, "No discipline seems enjoyable at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it." I think this verse is really prominent with the season I'm going through right now in regards of just, being disciplined and not growing weary and pursuing, strength and endurance going further into the season. And the Bible study method I actually did was GPS, and that stands for God, people, and self. And so you kind of talk about what this shows about God, what this says about other people, and what it means for yourself, right? And so as I'm going through, I'm walking you through just a quick few points, honestly. And for God, I just believe that it kind of shows a lot about God's love and His care, and that the discipline that He has for us is really just for, the Bible says, our own benefit. When I go to people, when I talk about what does it show about other people, it also shows in verse 8, it says, "But without discipline, which all receive," so it says without discipline, which everybody receives, "then you are legitimate children and not sons." So it kind of shows that people can reject being disciplined, or being, essentially, a discipline is being obedient and obeying. So disobedience is lack of discipline, right? And kind of rejecting that in a sense. So we all receive it, some reject it, and in that sense they become illegitimate children. So that's kind of what I wrote for what it says about people. And then honestly, for self, I just feel like it's an excellent reminder in this season that I'm in, where I am surrendering to God, trying to grow in strength and endurance, and trying also to grow weary as well, and realizing that, yes, like verse 11 says, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be enjoyable. It's not going to be fun. And then also, being obedient is not convenient at all. So having to deal with that in this new surprise season, and ultimately, though, it is for my good, so that I'm able to get trained, I'm able to gain fruits, right, and have righteousness, man. So that was my little study. It really did bless me, and I pray that it touched somebody across the screen as well. So yeah, I'm about to finish this up and close out in prayer, and then I'm about to get dressed and go to the auto shop because I have to go get something fixed on my car. For some reason, I think my AC went out, and I just went and got it fixed last week, but it went back out again yesterday. It was blowing hot air. I was dying. I might have experienced what hell felt like, and it definitely felt like that car. So it's too hot in California to be doing that, so we're gonna go get it fixed. So I'm about to pray, get dressed, and I'll catch you guys when we're in the car. Okay, y'all, what's up? We in the car. We on the way to the auto shop. My mom's going with me, so if I have to leave my car there, and we just head back home.
So I'm driving there right now, and I thought I'd take the opportunity just to kind of talk about what resetting with God looks like. Let me turn the music down really quickly before I get there. I'm like 10 minutes away-ish. Yeah, but just for me, when it came to resetting with God and everything, it came from the realization that I was in a new season that I was not familiar with at all. Like, this is my first time being in the season that I'm currently in right now. And you categorize it as a surprise season, right? Like a season that you didn't expect, a season that, your discernment couldn't even pick up, like the season that you was not praying for, that you didn't know was going to happen at all, and that was so much so unexpected. And for me, that happened. And for me, when it comes to God, I'm very obedient, right? And surrender is my entire goal. Like that, I live surrender. I eat, sleep, and breathe surrender, right? So when I got this season, I was like, okay, God, like I trust you. Like, even though I'm a little frustrated, right? I'm a little disappointed because I'm not where I wanted to be, right? I learned this new term from, if anybody watches Darius Daniels, he had a sermon about this, and he preached from the message, I believe, joyfully surrender. And when I had found the sermon, I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I've been dealing with, like having to joyfully surrender. Because when I was surrendering, like I wasn't upset, I wasn't mad, I wasn't, anything like that. I was joyful. I had peace in surrendering. I had peace in not knowing. I had peace in just being and just coming before the Lord and laying at his feet. It was something I couldn't explain. And so when Darius Daniels preached a message on it, I was like, oh, this makes sense even more. So I did a study on it, and it just aligned more perfectly, right? But in the midst of that, while joyfully surrendering, while having that peace, you also feel as though you're not doing something right, or there should be something more you can do. And for me, that's just what I thought. And in the midst of me trying to fill space and trying to do what I thought I need to do in that moment, or currently in this season, was just me overloading myself to the point where I just lost momentum, where I just lost, the urge and the need to read my word or to pray as often as I pray. And I was like, why is this happening? I don't understand. And I was like, well, maybe it's because, and this was after me talking to God about it for some days, about a week or so. The Lord was like, well, maybe you're doing too much. He's like, I didn't tell you to do all that. And I was like, what do you mean you didn't tell me to do all that? And I was thinking about it, and he didn't tell me to do all of which I was trying to do. I was trying to read the Bible at an excessive amount, and pray at an excessive amount, and study and do all these things at an excessive amount, and it wasn't fruitful and it wasn't edifying, and I really wasn't gaining much, right? So he was like, just calm down, just reset, and just relax. He said, and let him guide me in this season. And I was like, God, okay, you got it, right? And so, that was like the latter part of May, and I was like, you know what, God, you got it. I'm gonna obey, and we gonna get it cracking. So now we're in June, and resetting for me looks like just reorganizing my priorities, right? Restarting a little bit, not trying to read the Bible at some amount of times a day, because I love the Bible. I love the Bible, and I love to pray. So for me, it was taking a step back from reading the Bible an excessive amount of times a day when the Lord isn't calling me to do that, or praying a certain amount of times a day, or trying to study or get a word certain times a day, and just be, and just continue to learn and grow in myself. And that's what resetting has been looking like. But before that, though, it was extremely hard to get that. I feel like oftentimes a lot of people, including me, we always can miss what God is truly trying to do in the season, and we don't realize it until after we're at that season. We're like, oh, wait, shoot, maybe this is what God was trying to teach me the entire time. And so I'm glad I was able to catch this before I had finished the summertime and got out of the season, or however long the season was going to be, and, you know, take time to sit with God and be like, okay, well, God, I'd rather change the season around now than be 2 months, 3 months into the season, and I just missed everything that you wanted to do with me, right? So it was more so doing that, I think, for me, and realizing that portion, and then being okay. Like, it's okay to reset, it's okay to restart, and to not feel discouraged or not feel disappointed in yourself, but, you know, to forgive yourself for, you know, the ways in which you acted, right? Because God already forgives you. He already forgave me. Okay, it's in the back of my mind, right? So now we're on a new page, right? And this is kind of like my journey, restarting it. And I think a lot of this month for me in June, like one of my spiritual things for this month is strength and endurance. And like the subtopic and the theme is, what is it? Do not grow weary. And that's so good for me, like in this season, because it's so hard to grow weary, especially when you're in a surprise season. You don't know what you're doing, you don't know what to expect. So I think for me that was especially good. And I've been doing, you know, studies on, you know, different verses that talk about, like, you know, discipline, like this morning, and then, you know, being weary. You know, the other day I was studying Isaiah chapter 40 verse 28 through 30. It was really good, really good. I suggest you all read it if you can, but it was really good to me. And, you know, this season, I think right now is a lot of just growing with spiritual stamina, the energy needed to get through the season, right? So yeah, that's kind of what this season is, and what kind of resetting for me looks like. You know, kind of breaking down what I once thought something was or needed to be, and reorganizing it or repurposing it so that God can use me in the correct way He wants to use me. So yeah, it's not easy, but as we read in today's study, it said it's not going to be easy, it's not going to be enjoyable, but it's purposeful. It's meant for you so that you can gain the fruit of righteousness. That's what Hebrews 12:11 say. That's Bible. That's Bible. That's Bible. That's Bible. That's Bible. Hallelujah. So yeah, man, we're about to pull up to the auto shop right now, and we're gonna see what's up with this car. Prayerfully I can get it fixed, because I do need the AC. That's not a joke at all. It's hot in California, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna catch you guys probably when I get back home. Yeah, I'll catch y'all boys when I get back home.
What's up, y'all? This is Editing Malik, and right now I'm finishing up the video, but the last clip that you guys just watched, I forgot that my camera battery had died literally right after I had did that clip. So I didn't get any clips of me after that. So essentially what I did was went to the car wash, then vacuumed out my car, then went to go get Jamba Juice, then I went to work. So that was pretty much it. It wasn't like a lot that y'all missed, but I didn't really get any footage of that. But then at work is when I ended the video off. So right now, the next clip that you're gonna see is me in the car at work ending out the video. So yeah, hope you guys are liking the video so far, but let's get back to it.
What's up, y'all, man? I just got on break right now. I'm not sure where we left off at. I think we were getting my eyebrows done. So I got my eyebrows done. I don't know if y'all can actually tell or not, because my eyebrows are low-key naturally shaped, so I just got them like trimmed up a little bit. But after that, I rushed home. I had to rush home because I was gonna be late for work. I had work at 4, right now it's 6, and by the time I got home, it was like 3:35, so I had to rush and hurry up. And plus my job's like 10 minutes away, so got dressed. Now I'm here. I'm on break right now, but I want to take the opportunity to end the video off. I pray that you all enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making the video, honestly. You know, waking up, you know, taking care with me along my day. The day wasn't super crazy, but I think it was very realistic. Look into my day and kind of what it looks like, and, you know, what I'm kind of going through right now with God, and just able to, you know, shine some light on that, and, you know, be an encouragement to somebody else across the screen who might be dealing with a similar thing, or might be in the same season as me. I don't know, right? But I pray you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, or whatever the Lord calls you to do. Have a great weekend by the time this video comes out, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of His hand. Be blessed.